Thank you guys so much for coming back on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I had to redo this thing. I had to redo the title. Hello again. Hello again. You guys want to hear this, right? You guys are back. You wanted to hear this. You're like, what? Yeah. You guys are back. Invite your friends, followers in between time. If this is something that you believe that someone else needs to hear, and or this might inspire them to as well. So I'll do my introduction, you know, going down the line or whatnot. But I do want to get this out. You are your inspire. Ashley, thank you so much. Ashley Wilbur, one of my contributing authors of Past the Mustard Seed. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, Micah, good to see you. So look, check this out. The more you guys tap on that screen, the more I will share. Just know this, I don't have followers, I have friends. So click that Perry Buddy and turn that plus sign into a check. Oh, thank you so much, William. Thank you. So they said, and I just didn't hear, I say they because I hear this a lot. They always say, you're too modest, you're too humble. And I heard this a lot, like often. It's like, oh, she's just so humble, she's so modest, and da-da-da. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I just want you guys to understand, why is it that I'm humble? And why is it that I'm really modest? The reason why is because I realize and I recognize that I did not get where I'm at right now by myself. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I have not forgotten where I have just came from. Okay, that's the second thing. The third thing, along my journey, God has orchestrated people, okay, mandated people, assigned people to come and help me to get to this spot and to continue to help me to grow, to reach more people and fulfill my purpose and my destiny here in this lifetime, okay? And so when you realize that the people that were orchestrated to help you get to where you're at right now, I don't know. I don't know if I have room inside of me to allow my pride to creep up or my ego to creep up, okay? Because I know this is not an I thing where I'm at. It's definitely a we thing. Why do I say you guys are my friends and you're not followers? I don't have followers. I have friends. We are in this thing together, okay? And they said, well, you treat the person that doesn't have anything as if they're gold. And I said, yeah. I said, because I recognize and I realize that it's always along my journey, it's always been strangers who have gotten me to where I'm at right now. Never my friends, never my family, never what it is that I knew, or I knew of someone and this, that, and the other, or any accolades or some special degree. I came from prison, from the bottom of opportunities. And so with that being said, is that I realize that it's strangers that will make you wealthy, and it's strangers that will make you rich. So regardless of what the stranger looks like, or what the stranger doesn't have, or what the stranger does have, or who the stranger is, I realize and recognize that it's always been strangers who helped me get to the place where I am right now to be able to serve you on a whole nother level to the best of my ability to help you serve your purpose and fulfill your purpose. So as I was telling my friend this, I said, you know what? This is why. Because I haven't forgotten. She said, you know what, Desiree? She says, because you went through struggle. She said, you went through struggle and you know what that felt like. I said, what? She said, yeah. She said, have you ever seen, I love analogies. Do you guys love analogies? Thank you for the hearts. You guys are popping it. Thank you guys so much for that. Have you guys heard this analogy? Do you guys like analogies? I mean, stories. because that's the only way. I'm a visual person. So you have to definitely like paint the picture for me a little. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I teach in analogies a lot. So she was like, have you ever seen a caterpillar? She said, see, a caterpillar had to struggle to climb up the tree. I said, wow, the process. The caterpillar was on a ground and it had a struggle to even just get up that tree. Now, I don't know about y'all. I can't climb a tree. So just imagine a caterpillar climbing up a tree. Struggling inch by inch. Ain't no telling how high the tree was. She didn't say that. But just to climb up a tree. Then to find that spot to build the cocoon and get into the cocoon. And she said, you know what, Desiree? Did you know that a caterpillar has to, when he gets in the cocoon, then the butterfly has to fight and break the cocoon to get out of the cocoon. She was like, see, when you were in prison, you were in the cocoon. She said, but there's a story of a man who saw a butterfly was struggling to get out of this cocoon. So the man cut the cocoon to help the butterfly break out the cocoon. Did you know when that man broke that cocoon, the butterfly's wings weren't strong enough to fly? That they broke the cocoon and the butterfly could not fly. His wings were not strong enough to even fly. See, the process of the butterfly in the cocoon, him struggling in this cocoon, they had to break the cocoon from the inside out in order to fly. That's how they build that process of him breaking free from that cocoon was building strength in their wings in order to fly against any type of wind that comes their way. See, in your situation right now, you might be in that cocoon. And see, it may seem very hard to get out of that situation, but honey, you are building your wings strong enough so you can fly whatever might be coming to you, that you can fly and break out of that cocoon. You see, if I did not go through that process, I think somebody telling me no will really break me and I would not be able to fly. Somebody telling me and doubting me and keeping me there and telling me what I could not do. It's impossible. You're not supposed to be there, and this, that, and the other. I probably would have fell down and would not be able to fly. And I never seen any story about a butterfly being successful on the ground. I never heard of a story of a butterfly living its life out, living long enough on the ground. So see, this is the reason why I don't take pity. If I take pity on you, of your purpose, your dream, and what it is that you want me to serve you, what I'm assigned to you guys. I'm mandated, and I want to fulfill my assignment. But there's a reason why when you take my session, I take you through this process. I don't give you guys the whole, I take you through the process because I realized in the past, I've been cutting people's cocoons. And then by cutting the cocoons, they either do not produce or render results, and or they don't even start or finish what they started, and or I feel that I'm putting more energy to try to cut that cocoon for you, okay? And that's having pity. And I'm not here to rescue you. I'm not here to give you the fish. This is the same analogy. If you cut the cocoon, they will only live for a day. If you give them the fish, Desiree, they will only live for a day. But if you allow them to strengthen their wings in this process, their wings will be strong enough that they'll be able to fly against any type of wind, weather, or any type of heat or anything that goes along the way. If you teach them how to fish, they'll be able to not only fish for themselves, but to fish for their town, for their country, for the multitude, and feed more thousands of people than just themselves and live for a day. And when she told me that today, She said, it's not just being meek or being humble. It's not just that. She said, Desiree, the reason why it's that, it's because you had not forgotten how it felt to try to break out of the cocoon. Desiree, you have not forgotten what it felt like when your wings, your soft wings, were going against that rough cocoon. You did not forget what it felt like where you wanted to stretch, but it felt like the pressure was closing you in. You felt that your dream, your vision, your purpose was so big, and the things around you was not allowing you to express it the way you want to. You felt that people were trying to hinder you and keep you at this place where you know that God has placed something inside of you, inside of the cocoon, to burst out. But I tell you, Desiree, you had to go through rejection. You had to face pain. You had to face without. You had to feel like what it felt like to sleep on the floor. You had to feel like what it felt like when you're tired, busted, and you just made enough money to get something else to invest in your dream. You had to go through the process and to feel someone cheat on you in your relationship and cheat on you in business. Come on, can we be real? You had to feel what it felt like for somebody to steal your idea, not your money, but steal your idea and become successful by stealing your idea. You had to feel that, Desiree, in order to strengthen you. You had to feel that person doing this and that. You had to feel investing in something and losing all of your money. You had to feel that pain of doing it all by yourself. You had to feel being alone in this small vicinity. You had to, in order to strengthen your wings. Because, baby girl, where I'm taking you is to high places. And the only way I can take you to high places is if you're able to fly. The only way that I can elevate you to high places is if you're able to fly. And I know, Desiree, if I do not allow you to go through this process, that your wings will not be strong enough to fly. Isn't that was profound. That was profound. I said, you know what? You're right. You are so right. You are so right. Thank you for sharing that with me. And I just wanted to share it with y'all. I just wanted to share it with you guys. I did. So I hope that blessed you this morning. I will leave this up for replay. And I know, right? I know. It just puts things in a different perspective. And you're like, dang. And it's like, well, if I climbed up that big tree to build a cocoon, then what you going through it's not that difficult, because you just you went through the grass, you survived the birds that was looking at you and wanted to eat you. Okay. While you were you had to go through a process to even get to the tree. Okay. And then when you got to the tree, you had to climb up that tree. Okay. So it's like, let's not have pity. When you have pity, it's like, oh, please break my cocoon. Oh, give me this for free. I know if I do that, you won't be able to fly. You won't be able to fly. And I want you to fly. You want to be elevated, new territory. You have to know your wings not know how to fly. Your wings just have to be strong enough to fly. It didn't say in the story that the butterfly had to learn how to fly. It didn't say that. I want you guys to recognize that. Are you guys catching that? If you're catching that, type in yes. Are you guys catching that? Are you catching that? I want you guys to read in between this. I want you guys to see this with your insight, not your outer sight. I need you guys to see this with your inner sight. Okay, so you guys are catching that, right? Not one time did anybody say that the butterfly had to learn how to fly. It said that the wings have to be strong enough to fly. Now that was profound. That was profound. And if they do not go through this, somebody cut your cocoon, they won't be strong enough to fly. That hit me. So you fly, baby. You go through that thing and you fly. I want you to fly. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you. I will see you in a few minutes. Talk to you soon. Peace. Stay meek. Stay humble. Stay meek. It's like that commercial. Stay meek. Stay humble, my friends.